this marker is the final resting place of Oliver Hart. And you recall the last place we're at, Oliver Hart was the man. He was the first pastor of the church over at Hopewell. And all day today we've been looking at all the first 4, 5, 6 churches in the state of New Jersey. All of them came out of that group. Remember the Holmes family and so forth, and that church there at Middletown birthed these other churches throughout the state. And when we get to Oliver Hart pastored the church we just came from, Hopewell, and he was sent from the Hopewell church to South Carolina. When he went to South Carolina, to Charleston, there were 3 churches in that area that he organized into an association. Now, you remember the very first of the week, we talked about the Philadelphia Association, its first association in the United States for the Baptists. We were at Pennapeck and all of the 5 different churches which came together to form that early association. That was the very first association in the United States. Oliver Hart is going to leave Hopewell, go into South Carolina and form the second Baptist Association in the United States. It's the first one in the South, and it becomes a very powerful and greatly used of God association, the Charleston Association, well, the rest is history. Greatly used of God. When he went to South Carolina in the years just prior to the Revolutionary War, he became good friends with Richard Furman. Now, Richard Furman was converted under Joseph Reese, who is the great separate Baptist preacher in the South there, one of the converts of Shubal Starnes, led this man to Christ. He and Oliver Hart became good friends. These men were so hated by the British that there was a bounty put on their heads. And Oliver Hart had helped organize basically guerrilla warfare in that part of the country. The same way with Richard Furman. There was a bounty on Richard Furman's head, and these 2 men were friends. When the British invaded Charleston, South Carolina, Oliver Hart and Richard Furman escaped out of Charleston, came back north, and Hart pastored up in this area in the last few years of his life. But he was considered one of the greatest American patriots in the Revolutionary War effort. Now, again, we've heard over and over, Baptists didn't participate in the Revolutionary War. I hope at least now, at the end of this tour, you'll know that is some kind of a big fib, amen? But anyway, what a great American, and of course a great pastor, church builder, church planter, organizer, personal friends with men that rubbed elbows with Shubal in the